How often are you just sitting minding your business and then this happens? Achoo! Achoo! So you do one of these and then forget about it. You don't feel it anymore, but the thing is, it's still there.
Things can spread quite quickly.
Scott Alderman is the Associate Director of the Global Health Research Building at Duke University. He and Duke University lab analyst Rose Astrakin showed me just how quickly germs spread with a tool called glow germ. The glow germ is naked to the eye, but with an ultraviolet light, you can see it. For a few minutes, Astrakin went about her normal day, writing, typing, answering phones and emails. And then we cut the lights.
I mean, I only touched like the keyboard and the mouse, but there was still glow germ everywhere else.
And that's how fast germs like influenza can spread.
Even if you think you're clean or not infected, it's pretty easy for things to spread around.
What's most surprising is after Astrakin thoroughly washed her hands, a portion of the glow germ still remained.
I'm taught to wash my hands thoroughly because I work with infectious diseases. So, yeah, and it's still there.
So when you wash your hands, make sure to do it right. Astrakin suggests singing happy birthday twice in your head and helps stop the spread of germs. In Durham, AJ Janavel for CBS, North Carolina.
Please stay indoors.
October 8th, 2016.
There's somebody over there.
Hurricane Matthew. Officer Asia Cannon broadcasts live on Facebook while Fayetteville police save families stranded in floodwaters.
We were able to keep these people informed, and they thanked us so much for that.
Hold on, ma'am. He's going to come out.
2.8 million people saw this video.
But that was really a defining moment for us with social media.
Hey! Hey! Notice me, senpai! Hey! So the goal is while you're doing your daily scrolling through Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, you can also seamlessly keep up with what's happening in the community.
Which is extremely important during a life-threatening event.
On top of their normal duties, Sergeant Sean Stripe and Officer Asia Cannon are in charge of the police department's social media presence. A lot of times the posts are more lighthearted than life-saving events.
It opens that door to the community. They feel comfortable sending us messages and asking questions,
which in turn helps in those life-saving events. Cannon and Stripe tell me social media has helped police make arrests, warn the public, and even find missing people. The police department plans to continue growing that online presence. In Fayetteville, AJ Janavel for CBS, North Carolina. The bread aisle is always a popular stop for shoppers with the possibility of snow on the horizon. But what shoppers are telling me is they're just now running out of the groceries they got 2 weeks ago when we had our last storm.
Well, they say snow is coming.
Milk, eggs, and of course bread, the essential grocery items for a possible snow day. But shoppers in Tarboro are looking to add a little extra flair to their menu this winter storm.
French fries and some shrimp. Guys, just something to throw in the microwave in case the boys are home at lunch.
Michael Cannon has his 7-year-old twins at home waiting for him. He tells me eggs and milk just doesn't cut it for his kids' lunch. And Lisa Powell also broke the mold on the typical snow day grocery run.
Then Knowledge wanted Hot Pockets, so.
Powell and her son Knowledge, of course, made sure to get the basics. Better to be safe than sorry, they say.
I don't think we're gonna get a lot, but you can never tell. Because last time I didn't think it was gonna be a lot, and we got a good amount.
But this time around, they're pros at the snow day grocery game. And Knowledge is making sure his mom gets the fun stuff too. Powell says even though this is her second time shopping for winter weather in 2 weeks, she doesn't mind the forecast.
And what do you think of that we're getting snow twice in?
I love it. I love it.
Yeah?
I love it.
In Edgecombe County, AJ Janavel for CBS, North Carolina. Here's the church, here's the steeple, and here's the parking lot where Johnson County Sheriff's officials say Chester Bass stole from the people.
When she got to her car, her window was broken.
While the men and women of Stones Creek Advent Church were here behind me honoring the Sabbath day, law enforcement say Chester Bass was out here, not just breaking the commandment, thou shalt not steal, but breaking into these cars, stealing things like cash, credit cards, and even cell phones. In total, law enforcement says he got away with about $2,000 worth of goods.
Lock the door now.
Alma McLam was at church when it happened. She tells me It looked like someone rifled through her car too.
It's sad that things like that are happening now.
Law enforcement says Bass hit 2 other churches on his crime spree. The question is, what kind of person can steal from churchgoers?
Nice guy, funny, good with kids. Seemed pretty okay.
Tiffany, too, tells me when she found out law enforcement suspected her roommate, the man her family let stay under her roof and stay with her kids, for these crimes, she couldn't believe it.
It's crazy because, it doesn't seem like he would do that.
2 tells me she has not heard from Bass since, and law enforcement says they need your help to find him. If you have any information, contact the Johnson County Sheriff's Office. Amy Davis is a music teacher at Forest View Elementary in Durham. She's taught there for 15 years, but this year is very different.
This is my cart because I don't have a music room this year.
Now, she has to carry all of her music, instruments, and lessons from class to class.
And I have to navigate through a lot of children in the hall, too. It's really a hardship.
Our teachers work hard to make it work.
Forest View Elementary Principal Neil Clay tells me, due to classroom size mandates, they've been forced to use every nook and cranny to teach kids.
We have had to create small classroom spaces in the hallways. We teach children here.
And while it's only an issue with space here, the Public School Forum says there are 4,000 physical education jobs as well as art jobs that are on the chopping block next year because they aren't funded.
We figure that surely the legislature is not going to let this thing drag on.
Keith Poston is the president of the Public School Forum of North Carolina. He tells me he thought lawmakers would have fixed this problem months ago.
It's impossible. The legislature is going to have to do something both with funding and timing on this issue, and they need to do it soon.
So you want to see what I have to do to get my cart in here?
Reporting for CBS North Carolina, I'm AJ Janavel. Music filled the Duke Energy Center after a full day of events celebrating the life of Martin Luther King Jr. Piano, guitar, and drums lifted people out of their seats, but the most powerful music came from one of the smallest performers.
I love singing.
Nervous, singing in front of hundreds, but you'd never be able to tell. 9-year-old Deweed Strong tells me music is his life, but he says Monday is more than just about the music.
We get to sing for him on his day.
Strong and the dozens of other kids in the Martin Luther King Jr. choir led the night. Organizers say this is exactly how MLK should be remembered.
We're coming together as one, as Dr. King saw us. Black, whites, Jews and Gentiles, men and women, all coming together.
Mark Gibson is a member of the board for the Triangle Martin Luther King Jr. Committee. He has helped put on this show for the last 4 years. Gibson tells me whether it's 50 years of celebrating Martin Luther King Jr.'s life or 100, the message will always remain.
The dream will never die as long as we have strength to love and courage to act.
And the music will go on too. Reporting in Raleigh, AJ Janavel for CBS North Carolina.